The fastest way to lose attraction is often the thing people do to create it. Most people believe attraction grows when someone constantly approves of them. But the more validation you seek, the less attractive you become, and the reason has nothing to do with dating rules. It has everything to do with human psychology. Imagine meeting someone you genuinely like. At first, everything feels natural, but slowly, their opinion starts becoming more important than your own. You begin paying attention to every reaction, every smile, every look, every sign of approval. Without realizing it, you're no longer focused on the connection. You're focused on being accepted. You try harder to impress. You become more careful, more calculated, more concerned with saying the right thing. And that's when attraction starts disappearing. Because validation and attraction are not the same thing. In fact, they often move in opposite directions. Here's the truth most people never hear. Attraction isn't created by convincing someone of your value. It's created when you already believe in your own value. Human beings are extremely sensitive to emotional signals. People can sense when someone is comfortable with themselves, and they can sense when someone is looking for approval. One energy says, "Please choose me." The other says, "I know who I am." And those two energies create completely different experiences. The moment you make someone responsible for your self-worth, you give them power over your emotions. Now every compliment feels like a reward. Every sign of rejection feels like a loss. Instead of enjoying the interaction, you become attached to the outcome. And when your happiness depends on the outcome, your behavior changes. You become less authentic, less relaxed, less present. Most people think neediness is something you say, but it's usually something you communicate without words. It appears in hesitation, in overthinking, in constantly seeking reassurance. People may not consciously recognize it, but they feel it. Confidence works differently. Confidence isn't pretending not to care. Confidence is knowing your value regardless of what happens. It's the ability to remain grounded whether someone accepts you or not. That's why genuinely confident people often appear attractive without trying. They're not chasing approval. They're expressing themselves freely. Self-respect creates a different kind of presence. When someone respects themselves, they stop trying to earn basic validation. They stop performing. They stop changing themselves to fit every situation. They become more honest, more authentic, more emotionally stable, and emotional stability is attractive, not because it's perfect, but because it feels real. Many people spend years trying to become more attractive, but what they're really doing is trying to become more acceptable. There's a difference. Acceptable means shaping yourself around other people's opinions. Attractive means becoming comfortable with your own. The more someone depends on external validation, the more fragile their confidence becomes. One compliment lifts them up, one rejection tears them down. Their self-worth constantly rises and falls. But when validation is no longer needed, something changes. Confidence becomes stable, authenticity becomes natural, and attraction becomes a byproduct instead of a goal. You stop trying to prove your value and start living from it. The biggest trap in attraction is believing someone else can give you the worth you're searching for. They can't. Real attraction begins the moment you stop asking others to confirm your value and start recognizing it yourself. Because the most attractive person in the room is usually the one who no longer needs the room's permission to feel valuable.